This is one of the locks that's part of the Shubenacadie Canal system, which attaches the Halifax harbour to the Minas Basin, so you can essentially kayak in the whole route. A couple of places you have to portage, but it's one of the routes are Indigenous people of Nova Scotia used to use. And this lock here is part of, I believe, 9 in the Shubenacadie waterway. And this one was constructed back, I think, in the 1830s. So it's pretty old, but it's very beautiful, very historic. A lot of the workers on the canal came from Ireland, so there's a place in Dartmouth called Irish Town, which is down near Sullivan's Pond and St. James United Church, where a lot of the workers lived. Usually the water level is a lot higher here, but this week it's kind of low, so I'm expecting the attached Lake Charles, where this water is flowing from, is probably a lot higher. So this canal that I'm on here is man-made, and if you kayak it, it's you have to start at the next area, but essentially it's 1 kilometer called the Deep Cut, where they had to cut through the rock to make the canal, and it was to carry goods back and forth along the Shubenacadie River, goods from across Nova Scotia, from the Minas Basin to the Halifax harbour. And here's some steamships, one of the famous ones called the Avery. This part I'm at, there used to be swans that they would have here back in the 60s. Which would have been pretty amazing to see swans along this part of the canal. This part of the canal, I'm heading into Lake Micmac, which is a beautiful lake, and it also attaches to Lake Bannock, where the lock number 1 is located. Baby duck. Oh, there's a cute little squirrel down along the water. Oh, it's going up there. Oh, I'm so agile. Oh, he's a treat. Oh, cute fella. I think he found a peanut. Alright. Oh, you can hear the chickadees. Up ahead to the right, you can see this little island. And it was used as a navigation guide for those coming out of the canal. So we'll head over there. Of course, there is a very active dog park here, so you can hear all the dogs. Lots of dogs. bridge. That is Lake Banook. Let's go over to this island here. So this little island is actually a man-made structure, just as for a navigation guide for those that come out of the canal. Lots of trees. Straight ahead with those high rises, you can see that's Micmac Mall. You can kind of see a bit more on the left with this big cement building. There's a Canada goose on the island. Aw. Oh, she's hiding just behind. She or he's hiding just behind that straight ahead. Kind of hard to see, but the wind's picking up out here. So we're gonna head over to this island. The wind and the waves today are pretty small. Not very, not too bad considering some of the waves I've been battling the last 2 weeks. Boating in this area, you really want to be really careful because there are rocks everywhere. Or if you have a jet ski, you want to be really careful. Oh, there's a Canada geese right here on this rock. got its head turned, so I think it's sleeping. Yeah, with the jet skis, it's hard to tell where some of these rocks are gonna appear, because it is a shallow lake, but sometimes there's spots where you just don't expect it. Hit a rock, and I don't believe she was wearing a helmet, but it's super tragic. So I'm in the section where there's 3 islands here. $700,000, I think, but I don't know if it's sold. It would be cool having your own island. Oh, that was a Canada goose flying over. Water is really clear here, which is really nice. And I did bring my fishing rods. I'm gonna go fishing later too. Lots of bass and pickerel in this lake. Ooh, and I am way too close. Usually a lot of these rocks are underwater and I don't hit them. See if there's any eagles around today. There's usually a couple eagles. Nice and relaxing over here. You can see Shubie Park on the right. I love this spot here. It's so nice and relaxing. I mean, take a look at the water. It's so clear. It's just beautiful. Oh, let's see. Check over here. It's hard to believe it's so shallow here. Sometimes I'll find people's Senkos in the water that they're like just stuck on a downed tree, so I'll go and get them out of the water and throw them in the garbage. I don't think I've ever seen the water this low here on this lake. There's not a lot of structure in this part, so it's not really ideal for bass fishing. Bass, they love structure, so I'm not gonna fish in this area, and especially the water's so low, it just you can really see a lot of the structure. Go over this way. This part just looks kind of like a sandy beach. The water part underwater does. So if you're a bird watcher, you definitely want to come here because you can see hawks, bald eagles, Canada geese, so many different smaller birds. I've seen a turkey vulture, so you never know what you'll see. One of the islands here beside me on my left, and then one of the smaller islands right in front of us, straight ahead. And And then this big island, which has the house on it. Oh, there's a paddler going by. Generally you'll see a lot of paddlers coming through this area from Lake Bannock, where there's a few clubs over there. So a lot of their paddlers will come into Lake Micmac and paddle over here too. So relaxing. Feels so nice having the sun on me. It's really nice and warm. Let's go across this way. Usually I can't see the bottom in some of the parts of this section here, but I can see the bottom. Island on the left side. Another island here. And you can see Dartmouth crossing. What I'll do is I'm gonna hit the docks, see if there's any bass around that area. Bass love docks, so hit those docks. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching with me. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, please like my channel and subscribe. Leave me a comment, and I'm going to do a little bit of fishing now. I'm going to go over to those docks, so I may be back on later, but if not, I will definitely be back on later this week. So thank you everybody for watching.